You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show.
I'm
introducing the show, as you all recall, linear listeners and watchers, from the previous segment, the non-spoilers for Smashing Machine. Now we're in the spoilers for Smashing Machine. Welcome to Movie Baiters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kyle.
I'm Kirk.
And we are here with entrepreneur and filmmaker Michael Williams, who I know from the gym.
Oh, snaps. Coach Michael, man. Come on.
Oh, I'm
Coach
sorry,
Michael.
Coach. Yeah. Wait, I don't have to call you Coach in the man cave, do I?
It feels bad.
Yeah, we're training right now. What are you talking about?
Respect me.
I'll tell Dalton. I didn't say spoiler. I know we're in the spoiler section, but neither of you saw Magazine Dreams, right?
I saw it.
Okay, you did see Magazine Dreams.
I have thoughts about Magazine Dreams.
Well, sure. Foxcatcher?
I saw that too,
No.
yeah.
Okay, and Iron Claw.
I did see Iron Claw.
Okay,
I didn't see that one.
So we'll start with Iron Claw. How would you contrast this movie to Iron Claw? And you can spoil either. Because they're both about, real life people who were involved. One is, WWE, and this is MMA.
Yeah.
I get that they're different, but, The Rock came from WWF
Yeah.
when it was that, and now, he's pretending to be an MMA fighter from the
Yeah.
past.
Well, I think the Iron Claw, the family was pissed. They combined certain brothers.
Oh.
So,
I did see
that?
Iron Claw. That's with,
Yeah.
what's that guy's name?
High School Musical?
Yeah, High School
Yeah, with
Musical,
Zac
yeah.
Efron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they apparently they did a bunch of I thought it was not the worst movie.
It's an entertaining movie.
Yeah,
that's
I thought
my
it was
point.
okay, to be honest with you, but the family was hot. They were that's not him. It's actually two people, and there's this, and they're okay, so they weren't too happy. But so I think in the comparison of that, Mark Kerr was a lot happier with the product he got versus the family that. I forget their last name. What is the last name of that
don't
family?
remember.
We're really sorry. Right into the show.
No, go like this, Kyle.
Yes,
So you put it in
that's
later.
the
I
name
can't
of
even
it.
think of that family's name. But so I think Mark Kerr probably got out cleaner with his experience with the film industry.
I wonder if he's making money off of this one.
Yeah,
Mark Kerr?
Life
You guys
rights?
tell me,
Why
what is
wouldn't
normally
he?
the structure on that kind of stuff?
It would be a life rights thing, and he either has some I wouldn't imagine he has a very powerful agent. There is a powerful agent for, let's say, George St. Pierre.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Who's also maybe working with the entertainment side of their agency to get him in a Captain America movie and one series, Ooh, cool. Whereas Mark Kerr was not, as the movie kind of shows you, it's hey, this guy is really important to getting one huge thing off the ground, but he's just an average guy now.
I feel,
Go ahead.
not to disparage Mark Kerr, but I feel only because of the movie, because I don't feel like the movie made look like Pride or the UFC was that big,
good?
or even beginning. The UFC was starting at that point, right? It already begun in some ways.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about it. They let it I didn't know they were gonna do the opioid thing with it. Honestly,
You went in not knowing about that?
Well, no, I knew that he had went, but I didn't know that that's what they were basing it on again.
Got it.
That's where I was because I just think that that's it's a Rand story right now in today's times, and I thought that I was gonna see a Hollywood depiction of Mark Kerr
Looking cool? Instead of
going
breaking down and
through
crying?
UFC, yeah,
Yeah, because he won two tournaments. I know that.
Yeah,
for
he won two
tournaments.
hard-ass tournaments in the UFC.
They should have done the
They
movie
didn't even
about
show
that.
at all.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off.
Wait,
I'm
isn't
like,
that after?
It's the first 2 minutes.
Oh, so all of that happens in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And then...
And then he goes into Pride, and then all this bullshit happens,
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the bullshit of the movie.
Well, and from the addiction angle, Christopher Nolan, who we all supposedly appreciate a lot, said this wasn't an addiction movie in his DGA interview with Benny Safdie. And while showering and listening to this interview to get ready for this conversation today, I was like, bullshit, Chris. And I call him Chris when I'm mad at him. Topher Nolan, and like this was totally an addiction movie, fighting with a sports movie, fighting with a bad romance movie. Okay. And the thing that irritated me is that again, I also listened to Mark Kerr's interview with Joe Rogan because that seemed relevant.
Yeah.
And he didn't get clean until basically after he and Dawn were no longer together.
Yeah.
And it was like 7 or 8 years ago. So like...
Oh, after he retired?
Yeah, so he retires and
Mark
relapses.
Kerr, listen to me. To people who have known Mark Kerr, what happened to Mark Kerr in the last like 5 years is shocking. Hollywood grabbed that man and he just came out the other side like fucking like clean cut, looking right, or spruced up for the rest of his life. Like,
but he didn't look that way?
Hell no, bro. Go look at an interview from this guy in the early 2010s.
Okay.
This guy's strung out, super out of shape. Like, look at his last fight. He looked that way up until The Rock found him. Like, basically, I'm not even trying to figure. When did he?
Oh, yeah, because 2019 is when The Rock got a hold of him.
Yeah,
and
like when The Rock found him, next thing you know, this guy came out with a bald-ass head, a dope-looking beard, and some nice clothes. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
I'm sure The Rock...
Of course he... that's not discrediting any, like, addiction journey and recovery journey he went on, of course. Like, of course, at that point was probably well into being potentially clean. But, like, wasn't like how do I say this? He wasn't he wasn't how he looked in Pride. You know what I mean? He wasn't still that guy. You know what I mean? He was like, oh my God. Like how you said, in the non-spoilers part, he kind of was in like regular guy phase, like trying to stay clean and like it must be fucking shitty for those early UFC guys who like, they were the first or did help build this thing that now, one of these champions fight once and they could never work again in their life. You know what I mean? Whereas he fought 3 dudes in 3 nights twice, back-to-back events in the UFC. And he got a pot, and he didn't have pot to piss in the show for it. And so, excluding, now he's got a Hollywood movie. But then I'm just saying pot to piss in prior to all of this kind of coming to fruition.
Sure.
So I think that's what kind of struggles with those early UFC guys. Mark Coleman, if you go look at Mark Coleman, like deal with kind of the same situation. Randy Couture deal with kind of the same situation where like they didn't make so much money that they're just like well off the rest of their life. They kind of return to like, because that's just what it is. Now that's Mark Coleman, it's Mark Kerr. They're still like people that know, and like they'll have their niche following, but like that guy, like at the end of the movie, what was he doing?
Buying his own groceries.
Pushing that fucking cart through that Walmart.
Yeah, but he owed a giant-ass truck, so he's successful at the end.
Bruh. That thing looked like it was 10,500 pounds, which means that thing was probably a write-off from somebody. Somebody. No, I'm fucking around.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
Every time I see a Silverado now, I'm like, well, that's a business expense, isn't it? So
there's a newsman I listen to who always makes fun of people in Texas for like, why do you need that $60,000 car?
Yeah.
If you can write them off against the business, then if that helps the American auto industry, which is 3% of our GDP, stay afloat, then I'm not going to crap on it. And I don't know what percentage of our GDP. Sports entertainment would fall under, because its entertainment is separate, but sports entertainment might be, could be another 2% in our economy. So thank God for the UFC, which is now a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. And so Emily Blunt's Dawn character being shown as not being supported of his sobriety, like they didn't do anything with that.
That's kind of weird. It's like they just slapped that in there.
I'll jump on the other side then. Why does that plot point work and isn't completely sexist and a character assassination? Slap on the fake tits. I really have to look at if that's true.
Why?
When she gets on the Gravitron, I mean, come on.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm in the movie texting the guy that told us in our group chat, like, you're really telling me that they put for this, and now she's just getting on a Gravitron for no reason, so that she can spin around and act like she's having an orgasm on camera? Okay, Cool, because we're not going to see... The Rock can't actually have sex on camera because... What reasons or something?
Don't you have sex on camera? That would be a porno. What are you talking
You can
about?
have sex on camera.
No, you can't. You can't have sex on camera
Amy
in
Schumer
a
said
Hollywood
John
movie.
Cena was inside her when making Trainwreck.
That is hilarious.
Wow,
She
really?
recently said that, yeah. I'm not saying that's true. And, you know, usually people are not having sex. It depends on what you show, you know what I mean?
Okay, back to Emily Blunt's character. I don't know, maybe she was bipolar, because it kind of felt like she was bipolar throughout the movie. Her mood swings, and she was, like, there, and then she wasn't
I
there.
don't feel
and then,
comfortable
Also,
diagnosing anyone.
what is she off? Like, what is her thing? Is she just drinking liquor? Is that her
I
problem
think
in the movie? Like, I didn't even.
just liquor
Okay, she's
that
just an
she drinks.
alcoholic.
Yeah.
Is she an alcoholic? She just goes
I
out
don't
with her
think
friends
she's-
sometimes.
She's taking
Technically
opiates friends
alcoholic.
as well.
No.
Like,
Why did she almost kill herself when he tells her to move out?
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
she's... I don't know,
Hey, I gotta
that's
be
her
honest,
character.
bro. They started doing that shit. You gotta get out, bro. I wouldn't even win that room, bro.
I mean,
you got
that's-
sharp tools. I'd have been like, hey, whatever happens to that motherfucking room.
She's a
I'm not
narcissist.
going
She
to
makes
that.
it by herself. Everything is about her. I mean,
whoa.
it is.
Oh, so she's like you're saying she's a narcissist?
Yeah, because
Okay.
she's
I think
trying
the
to...
script is very poorly
Yeah, the
handling this
script-
character.
The script
I
is
blame
making
you,
her
Benny
to be-
Safdie, just to be clear.
The script is clearly making her out to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
But in this context of the movie,
Is it making her out to be
Yeah,
the bad
why
guy?
did they drop her in to like right before each of his fights?
Yeah.
To just because I gotta be honest, that right there, I would have looked at her like, you can't come to Vegas. Where are they going?
Japan.
Yeah,
Japan,
Like,
yeah.
like, oh, bro, I was gonna say it very vulgarly, but like, no, lady, you can't fucking come with me to Japan. Like, you didn't stretch me the fuck out. You think I want to do fucking Japan?
And we already said that's one of the things that
The
did make
fuck?
that was a
made
through line in the
perfect
movie
sense.
is that she screws him up before a fight in
yeah.
Japan, and then in the back quarter of the movie it's so the team kind of knows, like, they never tell you this and they don't really show you it.
Yeah.
They just show you Mark Coleman going be like, I'm gonna leave the room because she's coming in, and then the
Yeah.
coach being like, you sure that's a good idea?
Yeah.
It's like, what? So clearly it's getting out there that,
She's toxic.
well, I'm
wanna
remiss
see it?
to blame the woman in this, especially because they're real people, and
Yeah.
she's seen the movie, the actual woman.
Yeah.
She saw it in Toronto, I think is what the director said.
Was
Does she have any
like
comments
it?
about it? Yeah.
How could she? This movie made her look terrible.
Well, I mean, it's Emily Blunt, so that's cool. I'd be like, shit.
Sure.
Hey, bro.
You know,
you can fucking take that shirt off and fucking scream at the top of your lungs. It's cool.
I remember if. Well, do you think she's going? Well, at least they got my tits right.
Yeah, fucking probably. Yeah,
That's
bro.
the thing I wanted, because they did show a
Priorities.
picture of her at the end of the movie, and I wasn't evaluating that. I was just going, why would somebody of her caliber do this movie?
Yeah.
Because it's
Why
not
would
a
somebody of her caliber do Jungle Cruise?
money. That's a Disney
same
movie.
thing
That's
here.
no. That's a $200 million Disney movie where she's getting paid somewhere. She's getting paid in the single-digit millions. She's doing this movie to try and get nominated for awards. And if she does, that's why awards are stupid. And not because she did a bad job,
Yeah,
because
she's
this is
not
a
bad
very
in this
poorly
movie.
written character.
Also, you should not. I think you kind of shoot yourself in the foot coming out and being like, I'm winning all the awards of this performance.
She didn't say that.
Well, no,
I'm
The
just-
Rock, bro. Like, I felt like The Rock was like, not only is this great and shot on old film, but I'm gonna win all the awards.
Hey, they had
and then we're
15
just like, wait, bro, this shit sucks.
Wait.
You're not winning dirt shit, bro.
In entertainment news, and it would be against journalistic principles for any of this to not be true, there was a 15-minute standing ovation for this movie in Venice.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, like that comes
Yeah.
out, bro. Like, get this shit on my face, bro. I cannot with this shit. They're standing ovation. The hell, them people watching that theater. Them people
Did you
smoking
get tired of
crack.
clapping after 5 minutes? How do you clap for 15 minutes?
I am always shocked by I like Matthew Bellamy's take on these, that they're all BS when they tell you how long the ovation was for something.
Bro,
It's
you
like,
just
that's-
made me realize how long 15 minutes really is.
Yeah.
I really think
yeah.
when you
Times
say
like
it's
this were
5 minutes,
minutes?
you know,
Yeah.
oh my god, bro. Dude, I spar. Dude, think about compared to like sparring, bro.
you wouldn't spar for 15 minutes.
I can't clap. For
Can you?
Yo, that movie is not that good, bro. You could. I bet you couldn't find one. Like, you couldn't find out who was in that theater. You know, like where that group of people who did that applauding, you couldn't figure out who those people were, bro. People don't exist, bro, because it never happened.
I was listening to a story with the director. I think it was on the Next Best Picture show, where he talked about how Mark started to break down while watching the movie next to him for the first time. And then he started to break down, and then they held each other's hands for the rest of the movie.
Oh, bro.
That's what the director's saying.
The rest of the movie, bro?
Yeah, just holding hands like the subject and the director.
My hand is sweating. Like, oh, my hand.
Marker's got a big-ass hand, bro. That's crazy. Wow.
No one
this
said
director's crazy, bro. Someone's got to this guy's insane. The things you told me you say today, this guy's insane.
You should watch The Curse, because he was a director on that show, and I was very taken by it. And
my God,
I don't know.
Any other issues about Emily Blunt's character?
Well, just like don't. As the first scene, she has no arc. Okay, so she is a problem in the narrative of the movie. I'm not saying the woman is a problem, but like as soon as that scene starts, I'm like, what kind of cliche is this? We're like,
why all of a sudden are you still like gotta make these cover your own ass? Like, I'm not calling women the problem.
Bro,
I'm not saying that. Yeah.
Last time when she's in his face and she's like, hit me. I've been watching
terrible.
this chick for 2 hours. Fuck this guy's day up, bro. Bro, if he would have like, Fraser would have been through 6 walls, bro.
no, I can't.
At this point, bro.
I can't. Stand for any kind of language like that. I'm just I'm just like, and I didn't like that. That's part of what made the movie so distasteful in my mind. Is that like I have no idea. Like I didn't know. If is he famous because he like killed his wife or something? Like,
what's the end of this movie? What is about to happen?
Yeah, like I was ready to accept something crazy like that because I'm just an ignoramus when it came to that. But like, if she starts as, "Hey, I'm coming to see you at your," excuse me, the start is like, "Am I gonna watch like a romance movie in the middle of?" I can't get invested in this. This isn't like Adrian. So it's like
I don't know. His love for her was so strong that he won every fight ever. I don't know. That could have been the whole movie.
No.
No.
That would have been weird and lame. Like, I don't understand what this was adding to the, lexicon of cinema. And you guys are familiar with Heidi Gardner's character on SNL, the wife or girlfriend of a boxer, where she comes like, "Don't fight, Mickey. Don't just," and it's like, it's practically that level of and then to be like basically character assassination after character assassination, not supporting your sobriety journey, and now let me actually try to kill myself on camera, and I don't like. I'm very curious. Apparently there was something that he was able to hang that on and make that put it into the movie, and then she came and watched it. I would just be super curious to hear that Dawn, the real Dawn, just any of her thoughts unadulterated for 2 minutes anywhere. I'm sure they're out there. Like, what did she say when she got in the car afterwards in like a safe space with, like, what did they do to me? And like, this movie's honestly sexist. I'm sorry. Like, Christopher Nolan gets accused of being sexist because he's only ever got one woman in the movie. And, it's like,
and he kills his wife every time in the movie or something?
He kills his wife in Inception and I'm trying to think of one else.
Interstellar, his wife's dead.
Interstellar, the wife is dead, but that's due to like a global famine. And the one you should have used was The Dark Knight.
Of some kind.
Not a doctor, okay?
It's part of the movie.
The Dark Knight, he doesn't. Maggie Gyllenhaal gets killed, obviously. So there's that. I mean,
he kills off a
I
woman
jumped to the
movie.
side of your argument and like, if Benny is learning from Chris, who I'm mad at, I don't think, and I know we're 3 men sitting around talking about like women's issues, but I don't think it gets better for them. I've been told by women recently that we're supposed to discuss this as bros and hold each other accountable. That's why I'm saying like, no, it's not okay to joke around about hitting a woman. And I'm very like uncomfortable watching a movie where like I don't trust that subject matter is going to be handled appropriately, mostly in movies directed by men. Period. Just because I don't know what we have to add to the conversation. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just can't think of one, and I don't really want to watch that. It'd be like, I can think of like 3 things worse than that to watch in a movie.
Yeah, I just don't understand it seemed like it could have got edited out. A whole lot of that part, to be honest. So I definitely understand it.
We got to find something to disagree about because
It didn't really add too much.
I don't like reading butts.
Reading butts? What do you
I
mean?
don't like. I find that just the UFC in general and this movie specifically had me going, I'm reading a lot of butts. Like he had his logo on his butt.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, they
yeah.
all
That's
have
the
the
olden
logos in their
days.
trunks.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
that's the difference between boxing
Yeah.
and MMA is at least the trunks are not as
Yeah, Mark Kerr
unappealing.
used to wear a thong. Let's be real.
Whoa,
about that.
God,
during a
that's-
fight?
No, I'm half joking. 'Cause I mean, do you see them in the movie, bro? The Rock, bro? You're like, where is your underwear, bro? Like, it's being consumed by leg muscle in a gray shirt. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
Right.
where the fuck? That would be weird, but yeah, no. I definitely. I mean, I get what you're saying. I think that the movie, to be honest, if they were going for like unsettling at times, maybe that's why they left that bit in there with her, because it's like it's gonna make this unsettling and weird. But maybe they're trying to depict that the dude is going through some shit. You know, like,
Sure.
Maybe they're just trying to.
Clearly, that's what they were going
Yeah,
for.
you know?
Although his journey to rehab center, hey, he's in the rehab center. He's out of the rehab
Now
center.
he's out.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah,
quick.
what's the
I
point?
think
That's
glossed
great.
over that pretty quick.
He must have gone back to I'm
No.
sure I could look this up that he's never gone back to a rehab center since then because he got clean recently.
Yeah.
Like not to be, because to me when I hear it was 7 years ago, so like 2018. Thank God
Yeah.
it was right before COVID because
Yeah,
a lot of people did not do well with addiction issues during COVID. I hear. So,
Yeah, I've heard.
yes.
You know, maybe what they wanted to do is show rehab in that way to market more people to get there. Think of it that way. If you show that it took 6 months for him to get better, people are like, maybe this shit is not. If I show it in a 2-minute, he's in and then he's out, we're like, oh shit, it's just.
Yeah, they
it happened
said
Well,
21 days in the movie. I
The
remember that.
focus of the
yeah.
movie is on the struggle after and.
I don't know why they build into it, and they're like, show the fact that the dude. If we're gonna show his wife, basically like,
She's not his wife.
or yes, show his lady do what she's doing. If we're gonna show him struggling, if we're gonna show him offering to his friends, you know what I mean? Like, why are we gonna? What is the point, bro? Like, show the fights, dude. That's my whole point. Are we doing rehab? Are we an addiction sob story? Are we a romantic, dramatic romance? Or am I watching a sports movie? That is what I don't understand with this
Yeah.
movie.
Okay, so something I really liked is that scene where the Igor's like female handler who speaks English and is translating for him asks the question about like, so if the face is pointed upward
Yeah.
when the kicking is happening, is that okay? Like, yep, you can kick him as long. And I was surprised. I was surprised and annoyed that like, oh, that's why he's not moving because they're kicking the wrong way. So he thinks they're gonna,
Stop the fight.
yeah, and then it's they don't.
That
Isn't true.
I don't know, bro. He was getting smashed with knees, bro. And so the idea that he was just like sitting in that position, like, oh, the ref is gonna come save me. Get your big dumbass up. Go on your fucking back, you 300-pound. Well, dude,
Unless
like,
you're in the ring as
he's
a
like-
300-pound or
well,
200.
no.
He was never 300.
I think
he got
was
as high
hurt,
as 280
you know,
or
like
something.
the idea, because he after the fight, we've watched many of fighters do the after the fact. Like what's after the fact is marketing.
Sure.
And I'm trying to collect my next bag. And I know that on a personal level today in my involvement with Element, you know, it's like
Sure.
the second these things stop, you download what has happened and you work, especially in the early days, and then especially in boxing today, and always in boxing, you're working towards your next bag because your next check's not secured. And so I think, you know, as much as that guy might have been, you know, it was illegal knees, 100%. He was getting blasted in the skull and was hurt probably, and was out of shape, probably not in the best mind space with where he was at in his life, going through his battles. And then after the fact, wasn't that illegal? I thought you were going to stop the fight. I thought you were going to this and that, you know? No, you know who gets the there's many examples of fighters doing that with refs. I thought you were gonna.
Stop me from doing something illegal.
I thought you were gonna. You know
I can
what
accept this argument.
You know what I mean? Or like
when the ref stops it too early.
Oh
like,
yeah, you know, and it's horrible. You know, yeah, exactly. You know, like there's the one of Floyd, where Floyd Mayweather. I forget who he's fighting, but he's a guy with a couple low blows, and then they break it, and the guy steps into like dap Floyd, and Floyd just cracks him, bam, and knocks him out.
Damn. Wow.
And like, and afterwards the dudes are like, that was kind of a cheap blow. He's like, we're on, hands up at all time. Like, what are you talking? You looking at the ref for? Like, you heard the ding, I'm going. And so I definitely think, and even so, like because you have to understand, Mark Kerr lost 4 in a row, won 1 by like a decision, and then, won. His last win was a decision, and then just lost until he retired. 2 losses before he retired, he knocked himself unconscious. He goes for a double leg, slams the dude and knocks himself out. And that's the next fight after the Igor. So you have to understand, at this point, this dude he's washed. He's old.
Retires in 2009 or retires?
Or 2 fights before he retired. That was what I'm saying. 2 fights. His second fight, knocked himself unconscious. He double-legged, he picked the dude up, locked his hands, went to slam him, and knocked himself out. Literally, lost the fight from that. And so, like, he was just getting bad luck. And the second that fight ended, ran into the back, a bunch of after the facts. Because he was just at a point in his life where he wasn't winning. He wasn't the top of the top. His style was getting washed out. And so,
Well, they don't do calf kicks back then.
Oh, no. Well, they didn't start calf kicking until like 2018. Honestly, that's very, very, very recent. Not to be a... That's why when Conor broke his leg... It's also very weird that like Conor is doing the after effect. Oh, they presented a new technique. People have been calf kicking for like 4 years now. What are you doing? You just that drugged out, bro? Like you're champion of the sport. You're not watching what's happening.
You think Conor is doing
yeah,
something?
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, no. I mean, like, is he off coke or something? Like, what do you mean? Like, he's the king of MMA, but you don't know people are calf kicking?
Well, I assume he drinks, but I don't know. Is there any rumor that he does things?
Oh yeah, bro. He does.
Oh,
John Jones. Those guys are doing. John Jones is the champion of the world. That's a tribute to. You're doing cocaine in the Twin Cities, bro. I know that confirmed. Like these guys are party animals, bro. Yeah, dude. Top of the world. Yeah, bro.
Breaking news, as we like to do on the show, that John Jones confirmed to have done cocaine in the TC.
That's his MO though. Them guys are going fast, like Mark. Them guys are. They got to just keep going. Like he even said in the documentary, like they're taking whatever they're taking. You know what I mean, to kind of just get themselves through the next thing, get through that next thing, have the juice to get in and through the next thing. So
that's rough.
Don't want that for my life. That's for sure.
Who'd God know?
Do you think the Safdie brothers are fighting?
No, why would they be fighting?
Because they made separate movies this year about sports.
Oh, so did the Coen brothers. I mean, they're not doing it as Coen brothers anymore. It's one of them or the other. The argument
is that the Safdie brothers aren't neither is fighting. The Coen brothers aren't fighting. The Safdie brothers aren't fighting.
I don't know if they're fighting or if they're trying to. I don't know. Do I want to call it a rebrand, or are they just want to do their own thing?
When this happens in Hollywood, what happens?
Nothing.
Like honestly,
no,
really. Like when there's all and then there's nothing off of it.
No, think like, oh great, we can market 2 Coen brothers movies now because we'll get one this year and then we'll get another one next year from the other brother.
Yeah.
And this year it just so happens that the 2 Safdie brother movies are coming out 2 months apart from one another. I don't know if we'll cover the other one by this.
What's the other one?
Marty Supreme. It's about a ping pong champion.
Both sports movies?
But what happens in Hollywood when they release duds like this, though? Like when they...
Oh, people will write it down.
Yeah, they're still making them. They're still making them.
Because you've seen...
Starring Jared Leto. They're still making movies.
Yeah? That's insane, bro.
So there's the concept that like what's the Mel Brooks movie where he makes more money off of a flop than a hit? And so like I assume that this is what I was saying right before we went on mic is that I assume A24 wants to be in the $7 Productions business, which is The Rock's company. And since he's kind of flamed out from being the next like corner,
Like Adam.
The DC universe, and he's got to go in a new direction. He was going to go the A24 direction, and they kind of thought this movie might have a broader play in that, hey, let's sell it as a sports movie, but it's like a sports movie that's having sex with a addiction movie and a like not even a bad romance movie, just like this relationship is.
This isn't a romance movie.
Well,
There's nothing romantic between these two
I think if they just
characters.
would have made a decision, you know what I mean? Like, where are we aiming here, you know? Like, let's highlight the relationships.
Why don't they cover the things you've described to me that are interesting about Mark Kerr that are like,
you know he wrestled Kurt Angle twice in the Olympics?
Oh, yeah. He almost won at the Olympics, but didn't.
They lost to Kurt Angle.
Wow.
Yes.
The year before that, he beat him.
Nice.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay, how about this? You know, like, so we're in 1993, not to get onto it, but we're in 1993. You got Kurt Angle, Mark Coleman, Mark Kerr, Randy Couture representing the United States in the Olympics, apparently. Not fact, but this is where like I'm reading and hearing. But my point is like, you got 3 of those dudes, like all those dudes ended up going down like some crazy combat sport life. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you got Kurt Angle goes the WWE route, becomes like a WWE superstar. You know, you got these other guys who go and...
Did he
like,
die funny? Kurt Angle? He dropped from
Kurt Angle's alive.
Yeah, he's still breathing.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of that dropped from a...
Oh, that's Bret Hart.
Yeah, Bret Hart. Yeah.
Hart.
Oh, no, that's his brother.
Oh, what was
Chris
it?
Hart.
Owen Hart.
Chris Hart.
Owen. Owen Hart, too, I think died. Yeah, that's just so crazy. You know, like, those guys all wrestled each other in the Olympics. And then, you know, without even really knowing that, like, you know, what the future... That's always very interesting to me. That's what I mean. Make the movie about that, bro. Like, that guy was in the... Like, show the fact that he was in the Olympics, like, having those interactions with those people. Or show him, like, how he got about actually deciding to get into the UFC. What was that process like? The call, they didn't show anything. They showed very little about the night of. You know how crazy it is to fight multiple... Like, we don't know anything about fighting anybody. I don't. But, like,
know.
to fight multiple people in one night when there's no rules, no weight classes, no time limits, he did that twice and won the tournament. It's like insanity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they chose to make the movie about, like, the documentary.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
That's
is they
it.
just
They
remade
made
the
the
documentary.
documentary.
And I don't like that. And I heard this called a mumblecore sports
Mumblecore?
movie. Are you familiar with what mumblecore is? And if not, will you explain to me?
No.
I don't know what Mumblecore is.
You don't know what mumblecore
No.
is? It's these, like, you know, low-budget movies where it's usually people talking and, you know, not everything fits together perfectly, and there's...
Like
it's kind of like a
vignettes?
podcast as a movie. Because it's like, hey, let's take these different pieces, all put them together, and then
we're
call
still
it
talking
a
about a
movie.
movie, though. We're still talking one topic, though.
I
Is
agree.
Mumblecore different topics?
I think, no, mumblecore,
Different
just,
themes?
there's different slices of lives within the same one story. And you
I
might
wouldn't
just get
call this
different
a
angles.
Mumblecore. I think this is just
All right.
it centers on a very, it's kind of rude to say, but a very uninteresting part of his life. Because you should focus on him winning 2 back-to-back UFC championships.
There's no, and to market it as like, oh, the first UFC, because they're marketing like first UFC champion, first UFC heavyweight champion, you know, the pioneer of mixed martial arts. Like, if you're really gonna say that, and then we're gonna have a 2.5-hour movie about like what the movie was about.
It was 2 hours.
Yeah,
That
2
extra
hours and
half
3
hour
minutes.
was just me being like, I gotta get this out of my mind.
Unbelievable. Like, it's just like, this is unbelievable. Like, for the sport of mixed martial arts. You know what I mean? Like, how about, you know what that movie made me want? A Mark Coleman movie. Like, immediately.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
show
thought
him.
they should've-
Because he is way cooler. And he's up in this big
And he
ass
fucking
dude.
won, yeah.
And he won, bro. Like, don't show this loser.
That's what I want to see. Yeah. Like, why are we making movies over these? Look, not to call Mark Kerr a loser, but we're kind of making these movies over these underdogs. But I want to see movies about people who win, like
Yeah.
people who
Did
get
you see-
through these things.
Did you see Warrior?
I saw that and I liked Warrior.
Yeah.
He fought his own brother. Spoiler: he fought his own brother, and
Which is cool.
which is great. Yeah, and won the fight at the
Yeah.
end.
I really like the movie Warrior,
Yeah.
and that's about MMA. I own that movie. I blind bought it because it was cheap. And the director had directed, I just watched the Ben Affleck basketball movie he'd done, and for whatever reason, I think it's Gavin O'Connor is the director. And there's like the Safdies are very, very good at making an exciting movie that's somewhat of a thriller. You know, this was not thrilling. I mean, I guess it was thrilling in a way. It's just, man, I'm sorry I wanted to bring you on here to debate you, and instead it was just like, what happened in this movie? But maybe the movie, it wasn't, you know, maybe the real prize was the conversations we had along the way.
Yeah.
That's.
And I have to say, I felt pretty bad when he told me that, you know, yesterday you're like, yeah, we're going to see the movie. I literally watched.
They tell you not to see the movie.
I was gonna say, bro, just check some footnotes, bro. It's a snoozer a little bit. I was gonna message as a joke, you know.
Oh wait, had you seen it when I brought it up to you yesterday?
Yeah.
You had already seen it.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were seeing it that day.
No, dude.
You'd already seen it.
Yeah, I already seen it. So I'm like, oh, this is a snoozer. Well, and I don't mean to be rough to it. Listen, I love MMA, and I just think that there's a lot of cool stories to tell in that field, you know. And like if they had that same level of production around like an actual really exciting MMA story, there's many. Like I can name many of people. You familiar with the Cobra Kai series?
Yes.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is in that show.
Okay.
57-0 kickboxer, comes to the UFC and doesn't become UFC. Like these are just average, like the average competitor of the UFC. There's a lot of crazy stories to tell, and so I'm excited for hopefully like this doesn't turn Hollywood away from like MMA stories, you know?
I don't think it will.
And it and next time around, and again, it's not to be like don't go into like opioid addiction and addiction problems and things of that nature, but I think, I didn't think that's what I was going to be watching going in, and I think that's probably what the problems like for myself was. I was like, oh, I'm super excited to see this movie about They're showing these fight scenes, they're showing them training, and it's literally what those were the fight scenes in the movie, what they showed. There weren't any more. Not to be, that's a spoiler. Like that's a spoiler. That's the real spoilers. All the trailer combat scenes are the combat of the movie, which is disappointing as all hell, to be honest.
A24, you're falling off lately. Sorry.
That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Yeah, but you know, you didn't say it the
they
way
were
I
like a
did
hidden
in the
gem.
camera.
A24 used to be this hidden gem, and now they're not making everything, but they're
Is
like
that
distributing.
unicorn posters behind you?
They're distributing everything, and you know,
They have a mandate to grow. So part of the problem
stop picking
is,
turds.
No. Part of the thing is that they were it's a finance bro play for $10 million movies. But then they got a valuation last year that was billions of dollars, and to stay at that valuation that like puts them in the same league as like Paramount, which, you know, classic studio from old days, they got to keep making $50 million movies and one of them's got to like go big. Like Civil War did well for them last year. The Materialists did well for them this year. They spent $20 million, made $100 at the box office. That movie's going to make money on their catalog for 25 years. This will make money for 25 years. People will watch it. Safdie brothers are good. The Rock is good. So you want to see a movie where The Rock cries twice and you don't believe either of them? It's this movie.
This would have been on Lifetime. In a time where Lifetime is a thing, it would have been bought.
No.
And it
I
would
would've
be
read
on
that.
They
Lifetime.
wouldn't have made it for $50 million. They wouldn't have made a period piece movie. They wouldn't have because we know people that make Lifetime movies, and let me tell you, this.
I'm not trying to be rude, but that's the jive I was getting, bro.
Damn, all right.
What channel is Lifetime on? Like,
I don't even know.
Yeah, bro.
This wouldn't be on Lifetime. This movie would be on Lifetime if all of the sexes of the characters were reversed to the other sex.
That now
Then
is
it would work.
100% true. 100% true.
But you know what? Maybe it's good that we can see it can come from either direction.
Yeah.
I believe in equanimity. Both men and women can be terrible to their spouses.
For real.
And I hope not to be to mine.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
I was trying to give you an exit point.
Yeah, that seems like a great place to end it. Wow. All right. Well, I think we had a great debate here, and catch us on Michael Williams' interview. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.
Dude, my wife was like, "Are you in a dumpster?"
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Sorry.
We gotta.
That's fair.
To make sure that I'm alive.
And you're saying.
I didn't mean to make sense. I didn't want to post as I do, but no, my wife makes sure I'm not dead.
Oh yeah, well I think we gotta spruce up the man cave then a little bit, right? So it doesn't look like a dumpster.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't mean.
No, she meant on her GPS. Because I'm probably like a dot just on the side of a house.
Yeah.
She's like, "Are you in a dumpster?"
Oh yeah, there's a dumpster right over there.
So good, you safe? You're in a dumpster.
You're about as close to my house as you are the dumpster on the other side of that property. Sorry.